why you don't need new, you just need a reset. And I think it's something that I've struggled with for a long time on my own journey of getting lean and strong, is where I felt like I always was chasing the next best thing. I was always chasing, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that. Like what I'm doing right now is like not actually working, and I'm sticking to this routine. I'm just not seeing the results that I want. When in reality, I just needed to reset and refocus what I was doing, because it wasn't about adding one more thing. And ironically enough, I was just in my current 6-week starter group, the summer starter group, and I was just dropping in an audio training because I get 3 audio trainings a week. And this one was about mental fatigue. And raise your hand if you've ever felt like this, where it's like you are super excited to start this new routine. You're super excited. Oh, I'm going to do this new routine to get lean and strong, to get leaner. I'm going to do this many steps. I'm going to clean out my whole pantry. I'm going to work out 5 times a week. I'm going to do all these things. And then like after the first couple of days, when the momentum and motivation kind of goes down, you're like, oh, I don't know if I could do all those things. Like, oh, like doing all those things all the time is actually really, really, really tiring. That's mental fatigue. That is the mental fatigue of things. We are so excited to start something new, but then when life is coming at us, when we have to do all these other things, it's a lot harder to maintain that routine, especially if it's unsustainable, especially if it's extreme, and especially if you're trying to change so many things at once. There are so many times in my life where I look back and I'm like, man, if I just focused on the literal basics, brought everything back down to the basics, I would have reached my goal so much freaking quicker. And I have this slight fear right now that my audio is not working, so I'm just gonna check my audio really quick, because sometimes it loves to not work. To the basics, I would have. Oh, it works. Okay, we're good. Back to it. I just want to make sure, but we have this idea that we have to do new, we have to have the latest and greatest thing, when in reality, it is just coming back to the literal basics of what we are not doing. The women that I see that are lean and strong, the coaches that I know, myself, I'm not trying to recreate the wheel every single day on the new routine, on the new this and new that. Sure, have I added different things to my lifestyle to help with the specific problems that I've dealt with? Yes, but that is after I have focused on the basics and gotten really freaking good at doing those. So good that where it's like I can complete those in my sleep with my eyes closed, hungover, which I'm never hungover because I don't drink, but you get the gist here. It's not chasing after that little dopamine thing of that Instagram ad that you saw, that the thing on TikTok shop that you saw, the new cream, the new whatever, the stepper, the pants, whatever it is. It is literally coming back down to the minute details of the few things that truly get us lean and keep us lean. I've seen so many times where people can get results. One thing I used to always ask whenever I would talk about before and afters of women, men, whoever, but I work with women, is you see an extreme before and after where you're like, holy cow, like that's a whole different person, right? And then I always ask and propose the question of, where are they at in 3 months? Where are they at in 6 months? Where are they at in a year? Because the more extreme their transformation is, especially in a quicker amount of time, the more extreme their body looks, especially if it's like 6 weeks, 18 weeks, whatever it is, the more extreme, you're not going to see that result long term. The goal is not to get lean and strong for a hot second. I know many of you wanted to get that before the summer and now it's fall. The goal is not to get lean and strong for a hot second. The goal is to keep that. I'm sure we can all agree. Robin and Michelle watching, thanks for watching. You guys can probably agree. Comment below if you do. You want to get lean and strong, you want to keep that. You don't want to look back in pictures and be like, oh, that was the time that I got lean and it only lasted a few weeks. And it probably only lasted a few weeks because it was too extreme. It was not something that could be sustainable. It was not something that you could repeat consistently, because keeping in that routine is too difficult. It's back to the mental fatigue. It's too difficult to try to do all these things that you cannot do long term. Again, it's not about new. It's not about adding more to your routine. You can add more things when you've built the capacity later on. You can add more things when you've built the daily routine that makes sense for you and doing your steps, drinking your water, doing your workouts. It's easy. But a lot of you are trying to do that, all the basics, and adding those things all at the same time, which is why you're like, why am I ripping my hair out when I don't feel lean and strong right now? Why am I ripping my hair out? I'm doing the same things. I'm stuck on that hamster wheel all the time. It's frustrating, right? It's because you were not focusing on the basics. That's why I'm such a big proponent on the basics. You don't need new. You need to reset. That's exactly why my fall reset program, that's what we're focused on. You guys don't need new shiny objects. You need to do the things you have not been consistent with. And it's not just the things you haven't been consistent with. When in your mind, it might be eating no carbs, eating perfectly, sticking to my meal plan, never missing a workout. That's not it. You can reset, but we have to make sure we are resetting to the things that you can be consistent with and that are what? Sustainable. That are sustainable. We have to reset to those things. What does that mean? Well, of course, it depends on the person, but it's exactly what I have in my fall reset program. Things that are sustainable. Let's talk about it. A daily step goal that makes sense for you. Not, okay, I'm going to go from working at the desk all day to 20K steps. No, that's not sustainable. And also, like, you might get an injury from that, going from like 2,000 steps to 20K steps. Not great. Let's talk nutrition. Cutting out an entire food group. Not sustainable. That's one thing I love to ask women when they tell me, yeah, I'm going low carb. And I'm like, oh, have you tried that before? And they're like, yeah, it worked. I lost X amount of pounds, but then I gained it back. So did it actually work? If the method that you're doing now is not one that you can sustain 3 weeks, 3 months, a couple years, it's not the method for you. It is not the method for you. So nutrition-wise, having a plan that makes sense for you. In my Lean Body Meals guide, that's exactly what I teach my lean and strong clients, exactly how I meal prep. It's exactly what I'm teaching in the Fall Reset program. We're making food simple. And on top of having me teaching you how to meal prep that way in the Fall Reset program, I'm also giving you your custom nutrition plan. That way you know, this is how much I need to eat. This is how I'm going to change my meals. These are the simple steps that I can take every single day to make my meals simpler. It's not about cutting things out. It's not about trying to create the perfect, healthy, organic, non-whatever meal. It's about making it simple so you can be consistent with it. Workout-wise, we're not working out every single day. There are literally all the women that I coach in the Lean Strong program, not one of them works out every single day. I don't work out every single day. I work out, how many times I work out? 4 times a week. I used to work out more. Now I work out 4 times a week. It's not about doing so much that your body has like an overnight success change, because guess what? Overnight results do not happen. You want to get lean and strong? We're going to show up consistently. We're going to learn how to lift. That's why in the Fall Reset program, you are getting lifetime access to my Start to Lift plan. And that teaches you how to lift. It teaches you how to lift at body weight. It teaches you how to lift with bands, with dumbbells. You know exactly what to do in the gym. And if you're like, okay, I need more details on this, just drop the word reset and we can talk about it in the DMs. But you're getting lifetime access to that. And on top of the support we haven't even talked about, you're also getting 3 bi-weekly check-ins with me and exclusive small group access, which the small group, you're getting audio trainings, which I love to do, to give you guys the secrets on things you really need to use and change with your mind to stay lean, to get lean and stay lean. But if we're not resetting on the things that will actually get us lean, strong, and keep us there, instead of adding new things consistently, you're never going to get lean and strong and stay lean and strong. I've seen many people have big weight loss goals accomplished, big this, big that, the whole body changed. But when we didn't focus on the basics, including one of those things is our mindset of how we are showing up and how we're treating ourselves, how we're talking about ourselves, when we hit a roadblock, because you will hit a roadblock, whether it's getting sick, an injury, busy schedule, whatever it is, if we're not focusing on those things, changing that about our structure, it is really hard to get lean and stay lean. Again, it's not adding new fancy things. It is not doing 100 million things at once. It's resetting on the basics that will get you lean and strong and keep you lean and strong. That's why I love working with beginner clients and beginner ladies. Even if you've been putting the work in, doing all the steps, doing all the nutrition, doing all the things you think you need to do, when in reality, you probably need to refocus those goals. It's not just about resetting on everything. It's about resetting on the right things with a plan that makes sense, that is sustainable. You can do it long term. If you can't do it long term and you get results and you're seeing those results slowly disappear after 3 months, 6 months, whatever it is not the routine for you. That's why in the fall reset, we are focused on that. We are focused on the things you can do consistently. And even with the one-on-one support, which I freaking love to do in the fall reset, because you're getting one-on-one support. We're having check-ins every other week, so 3 check-ins during that time with me. We can see what areas, what do we need to focus on? What roadblocks are you hitting? What parts of this routine are just too much for you right now? Because sometimes they are, and that is okay. That's the beauty of coaching. It's the beauty of finding a routine that works for you to get lean, strong, and stay lean. So drop the word reset if you want more details on the fall reset program. We start on August 25th. The early bird sale is still on. So when you join before, what is the date? Monday. Before the 11th. When you join before the 11th, you are getting an extra check-in with me. So you're getting 4 check-ins over 6 weeks. That's before next Monday. We start on the 25th. 25th. Yes, the 25th. But it's 6 weeks long. We're going to reset the habits that you're doing, have the routine that you can get lean and strong and stay lean and strong. Because it's not about just getting extreme results. We don't do extreme here. We do sustainable. So drop the word reset. If you have questions about it, feel free to drop them below or send me a DM.